Hey vets, how's it going? Markel's TV here, the podcast, back with another video, and I want to respond to questions in the comment section, okay? There's a lot of you guys asking questions about where I currently am, which is Medellin, Colombia. Now, I want to start out by asking you all a question. For those of you that are curious about where I am and what are my plans moving forward. My question to you is, if you're thinking about coming here, why? What is your reason for coming to this country? Because if you're coming to visit, that's one thing, you're just visiting. But if you're coming to live here, have you done any research other than watch a few videos, maybe saw some pervert channels and said to yourself, yeah, I want to live here? Well, that's the first thing I would ask is why? See, I came here for two particular reasons, healthcare and the weather. Those are the two reasons I came here. Had nothing to do with what you see these other pervert channels talking about. That's what they're doing. That's not what I'm doing. And the reason why I also bring that up is because you guys must understand, each country is different. There are countries where the US has agreements with Social Security and VA, where you don't have to worry about paying taxes, nobody's trying to take anything. So for example, in the Dominican Republic. You can make as much as you want. Your income can come from whatever source. They're never gonna ask you to pay taxes in the Dominican Republic. You could buy a house in the DR. You ain't never gotta pay taxes on that after you buy it. It's yours, right? Whereas in this country, no. It's totally different. The US government has no agreement with Colombia. You are supposed to file taxes here every year. Now I file taxes every year and I pretty much don't have to pay anything, but that's based upon the structure in which I set it up to get my cedular 3 years ago. Now there are some people who live here who have never paid taxes, and will they ever go after them? I don't know, but I'm someone that doesn't take that risk. But not only that, when you buy property here, you're still paying taxes every year, unlike other countries where you never have to pay taxes again. All right, so that's why I'm asking, do you understand what's going on here in Colombia? Do you know how it works here? Because other than just watching a video and seeing a lot of women walking by and all that kind of stuff, and you're going, yeah, man, I want to live there. Do you know anything else about this country? Do you speak Spanish? You're going to need to speak Spanish in this country. You're going to need to understand Spanish in this country. There's a lot of English here when it comes to signs, because there's people that work in places where it's English all over the place. Don't know, understand a word it says. Couldn't tell you, well, they just work there. You're going to need to know Spanish. But the biggest thing here also that's going to be coming up, and it's going to be changes, you're going to have health care. Now you can buy the local health care here and it's super cheap, but are you going to trust them to do your health care? Or are you going to pay a company like Cigna? Because someone asked me about Cigna and they explain Cigna. I can't really explain insurance other than to tell you to go to their website and look up what kind of policy you want. I can tell you the policy I have is almost $500 a month. And that is to cover me for everything in any other country that I go to outside of the US and US territories. That's gonna fly me from here to Florida, airlift. That's why I'm paying so much. Now, if you can't afford that, then you gotta find a plan that best fits you. But again, it goes back to my first question to a lot of you guys who just watch these channels, especially a lot of these pervert channels, and you go, yeah, I wanna go there and do what they doing. Know why you coming, number one. If you're just a tourist, got it. Do your tourist thing. But if you coming here to live full time, if that is your intention, you need to do serious research and understand each country, the way it's laid out, who we have agreements with, who we don't have agreements with, what all are you entitled to in each country as a foreigner. If you plan on becoming a resident, how to become a resident. What's the first steps to take? Other than just watching channels that just show perverted stuff and then you decide that's where you want to go. Especially because this is the part that really gets me upset, is that people see the color of my skin and see I'm a YouTuber and think I'm the same as all those other pervert channels out there, which I am not. That's the reason why a lot of these guys come to this channel, because they see Colombia, they see Medellin, and off the rip, they expect me to be a pervert channel like the ones that they're watching. And then they get upset when they find out I'm not. See, I'm speaking frank. I'm trying to be open and honest with you guys. So the perverts that come here just from seeing Medellin won't confuse my channel with those channels. Those are separate people that are doing their own thing. I live here. I'm showing you what it's actually like to live here as a disabled veteran. Now, when it comes to the future, I'm not staying here permanently. I'm staying here long enough to get my passport, then I'm moving back to the US. That has always been my plan, to move back to the US. Because I know here, buying property here, I'm tied to paying taxes. Why would I do that knowing I'm leaving probably $4,000 to $5,000 extra in the US? I can move to a state in the US where I'm paying 0 taxes plus have that extra money. That only makes sense to me. That doesn't mean that I can't never come back here and visit and stay for a while. That's why I want to get a second passport. That's my reasoning for being here. I still have another 5 or 6 years to go to accomplish that goal, which I'm young enough, you know, being 48, 6 years, I'll be 54. I'm still good to go, okay? That's why I'm here. So the real question is, why do you want to come here? Other than watching pervert channels, why do you want to come here? Because those are things you need to understand coming here. Everything on video looks great, but the reality of the situation is usually totally different than what you all expect. You can hear people give you a bunch of BS about living here like a king on $1,000, but they ain't really showing you where they live. They're not showing you a layout like this where they actually live. They're usually in a corner showing you nothing but a wall, or if they're outside, they're usually on the balcony showing you a small slither. So the next time one of you guys ask that question about advice or where I should stay, and you're watching those pervert channels, pose that question to them and ask them where they're staying. Ask them to do a video showing where they live. I guarantee you they won't do it. Because it's easy to tell anybody anything online and edit everything out. I'll show you guys the reality of the situation, okay? Other than that, guys, hopefully this information was helpful to you guys, but why do you want to come here is the question. Other than that, guys, I am out.